And weather-wise, all eyes on the high fire danger for tomorrow. Fire weather warning in pink here. That includes the I-25 corridor and most of northeastern Colorado as well as southeastern Colorado. However, there's a special note with this fire weather warning for tomorrow. Within this kind of purple shaded zone, just the west of Boulder, including Boulder, by the way, and western and central Boulder County as well as western Jeffco, there is a particularly dangerous situation attachment to it. And that is exactly what it says it is, a particularly dangerous situation. We're talking about wind gusts up to 100 miles an hour, maybe 110 miles an hour in some localized spots. It's going to be bone dry tomorrow with near record heat as well. So a particularly dangerous situation. That is the first time that the National Weather Service has ever issued that sort of designation for a red flag warning, for a fire weather warning. And we're seeing that in place for tomorrow. First ever red flag, PDS red flag warning in the state of Colorado for us. Again, a very rare designation. That's kind of putting an exclamation point on that red flag warning. So basically, point here, folks, what we're talking about tomorrow, exceptionally high fire danger for tomorrow. We'll get into details on that. Winds still a little blustery for us here in the mountains. This is not the main event, but we are seeing some gusts right now in some spots here into the 60-mile-an-hour range in some of the typically windier spots like Berthoud Pass. Berthoud did gust up to about 76 miles an hour about an hour ago along the I-25 corridor and through the Highway 93 corridor. Things generally on the calm side right now. That will change around tomorrow, later tonight and early tomorrow morning. Those winds will really start to rev up and slowly budge east. Now, I want to emphasize something here, folks. Most of you in the Denver area, and even as far west as Boulder, you may wake up tomorrow morning and go, what wind? It's going to take a little time for it to mix down, kind of like yesterday. So give it some time, and then it will mix down and move its way into the west metro area. So again, sunrise tomorrow may not have the wind. Boulder, Longmont, Arvada, but in the highway, peak-to-peak highway, parts of the Highway 93 corridor, those winds will be whipping. Those winds gradually move down as we head through the day, and then those winds will be really nasty at times for us. They'll come in spurts for us for tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. High wind warning until 8 p.m. tomorrow for us along the west metro as well as through the mountains, and that's going to be for some of those gusts. Now, the reason why we're exceptionally concerned about tomorrow, it's going to be bone dry, which was not the case back on Wednesday. Relative humidity was notably higher. Winds as strong as what we saw on Wednesday, maybe even a touch stronger in spots, and those winds will last longer. Those strongest winds about 8 to 12 hours, and on Wednesday we saw that for about 4 to 6 hours. So that's why a little bit of extra concern for tomorrow's setup for us here across the Denver area as well as parts of the Highway 93 corridor. And again, in Denver, it may take some time for that wind to really crank up and get going. Otherwise here, folks, those temperatures right now, it's certainly a bit on the cool side, certainly compared to the last few days. 20s, 30s, eastern plains, as well as a lot of 20s and 30s for us here in the mountains, and we'll continue to see this here over the next little while. And those temperatures also tomorrow are going to flirt with the record high with potential here for a daily record 70s, the forecast high. That is part of the concern here, folks, in that 7-day forecast. Fire weather impact alert for tomorrow, and temperatures in the 60s and 70s for most of next week, including Christmas Day. But I want to leave you with this here, folks, and just as a kind of a final point, as a reminder, and I say this a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but I also say this seriously here, folks. About 85% of wildfires are human-caused or human-started. So on a day like tomorrow, please just be smart here, folks. Nothing with a spark outdoors on a day like tomorrow.